Hi, viewers. Welcome to another episode of the Elections Hub. This is your one-stop shop for everything elections 2020, and today we bring you another episode in the series of Ghana's electoral history. We've already brought you the first election, which was held in 1951. Today we bring you the next 1954. So, upon the promulgation of the 1954 Constitution, there were certain provisions which made it possible to assume that Ghana had effective internal governance because all of the members of the Legislative Assembly were to be elected, and the Executive Council changed to the cabinet, and all of its members, the ministers and the Prime Minister, were supposed to be indigenous, except the Defense and External Affairs portfolio. So the 1912 Constitution provided for Ghana to be demarcated. Then we had 104 constituencies. The Justice Van Leer Commission demarcated Ghana into 104 constituencies. We had 44 in the colony. We had 26 northern territories. We had 21 Ashanti, and then 13 Western Togoland. So that's how it was demarcated, 104. And out of this, the CPP won 71 seats, 71 out of these 104 seats. And then the NPP, which was the Northern People's Party, won 12 of the seats. And the other GCP, AYO, and Low Youth Organization, among others, 1 and 2. And then there were 16 independent candidates, quite huge, the independent candidates that came through in this election. So what are some of the factors that accounted for the victory, overwhelming victory of the CPP? From 1951, we see the organizational structure and the youth wing of the party, of the CPP, fighting to actually to the grassroots to get votes for the party. We also see incumbency advantage, which is a thing. The party in power has certain perks and benefits, advantages over the opposition because it's incumbent. And then also the CPP reaped from good governance, as earlier intimated. Dr. Dubois stated that if the governance of the CPP from the time of 1951 to 1954 was sustained up until now, Ghana will be far ahead, far. Maybe we could compare ourselves to the likes of Singapore and the rest. So the CPP reaped from good governance. So the people wanted to renew the mandate of the CPP. And another reason also is because the other parties like the Northern People's Party, the NPP, and Low Youth Organization were restricted to territories. So the CPP was the only one which actually won seats in all 4 territories. The NPP, for instance, was restricted to just the north. So they can obviously do not get votes in the colony and probably in Ashanti, which is even closer to them. So this gives a brief overview of the 1954 elections and some of them. So Nkrumah appointed his cabinet as leader of government business, appointed ministers to the cabinet. He maintained many from the previous administration. But one thing also that is worthy to note about the 1950, the aftermath is the formation of the National Liberation Movement. The Ashanti chiefs were not happy with the local government reforms, and then also some people also felt, especially with cocoa prices had not been increased as was promised by the CPP government in 1951. So there was some dissent among people, which led to the formation of the National Liberation Movement. We'll see more of the National Liberation Movement when we move to the 1956 election, which ushered us into independence. Thank you for joining this session. Until we come your way next time, thank you.